Hello and welcome back to the channel.
In this video, we take a look at recording vocals for A Perspective on First World Ideals. I'm Mark.
I'm Justin.
And we're My Loving Tiger.
We started this band 17 years ago. Now we're back.
To revisit, re-record, and re-release every song we've ever written.
So come and join us.
So what's this song about?
You came up with the thesis for this song, the thesis statement.
I was ranting and raving.
Ranting and raving. But.
It seems relatively extreme to me now, what I was thinking about, but essentially my thought was the world produces too much garbage consumerist stuff. Maybe it's gotten worse now with the proliferation of drop shipping type.
Yeah, throw away
everything.
Culture, yeah.
I was thinking, well, what if we just all collectively decided no? And we just said, we're not doing it. We're not going to produce, reproduce, create more, profit more. What if we just said, no, we don't need to make more people, so we don't need to make more things.
Mark's thesis statement was, what if we stopped the human race?
Right. What if we just collectively said no?
So I took that and wrote a song about it.
Yeah. If you didn't listen to the words, and you just listened to the music and the vocal, it's not angry, it's happy, it's energetic.
I write politically edged songs like John K. Samson from like The Weaker Thens.
Okay.
The music of The Weaker Thens, but then he's talking about like something like heavily political, or even when he was in Propagandy. But yeah, it's just this like idea of like, okay, what if you just stopped consuming? We took everything that there was and just burned it to the ground. We all walked out of our jobs and everybody just lived out the rest of their lives. And that was it. What would that look like?
I do wonder how people respond to this song, if it will upset them or if they'll feel invigorated by it and say, oh, if someone else understands my perspective.
That's why it's called A Perspective on First World Ideals.
Right.
It's just like, here's the idea of it and here's what we're saying, discuss. It's not us saying,
do this, do that.
Do this, do that. It's not that sort of song. It's not like a
call to arms.
Call to arms, rise to the occasion. It's presenting you with a perspective on a topic.
A thought experiment. Make more, reproduce more people, more things, more people, more things, more people, more things. Keep stacking it on. So let's think about the opposite of that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's take a look at those vocals.
First, we'll set up our vocal guide track. The vocal guide track will play the melody of the vocal line. It gives us something to sing along with and ensures that we're singing the correct notes. It also makes it apparent if you're sharp or flat. Here's an example of the vocal guide track. I will pick a section of the song and set up a loop. I will sing that section multiple times. Here I start with the first verse.
Everything is piled in the streets. Everything is piled in the streets. Everything is piled in the streets. The world becomes an effigy of false consumer needs. The world becomes an effigy of false consumer needs. The world becomes an effigy of false consumer needs.
Then, once I've sang the section multiple times, I will edit together a final take. Here is the final take of the first verse edited together with the full vocal effect chain.
Everything is piled in the streets. The world becomes an effigy of false consumer needs.
Next up is the pre-chorus.
Now I can see. Now I can see. Now I can see. Now I can see so much possibility. Now I can see so much possibility. Now I can see so much possibility.
And here's the pre-chorus completed.
Now I can see. Now I can see so much possibility.
Then I move on to the second verse.
Everywhere you look, it's a scene. Everywhere you look, it's a scene. Everywhere you look, it's a scene of all the things industries wanted us to need. Of all the things industries wanted us to need. Of all the things industries wanted us to need.
Here's the final take of the second verse.
Everywhere you look, it's a sea of all the things industries wanted us to need.
Then on to the second pre-chorus.
Now I can see. Now I can see. Now I can see. They're drowning in goods. It's a good thing. They're drowning in goods. It's a good thing. They're drowning in goods. It's a good thing.
And here is the second pre-chorus completed.
Now I can see. They're drowning in goods. It's a good thing.
Now I move on to the chorus.
We'll burn their factories. We'll burn their factories. We'll burn their factories. We'll live life as it should be. We'll live life as it should be. We'll live life as it should be. And when we've had enough, and when we've had enough, and when we've had enough, we'll be the final ones. We'll be the final ones. We'll be the final ones.
Here's the final take of the chorus.
We'll burn their factories. We'll live life as it should be. And when we've had enough, we'll be the final ones.
So that was vocals.
Comment below your perspective on first world ideals.
There you go. Setting up the discussion.
And join the discourse.
Yeah. And after you've figured out your bullet points for the discussion below, head over to Spotify or listen here on YouTube to the final version of A Perspective on First World Ideals. If you want to stay connected, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for notifications. Also, join our mailing list. There's a link in the description below.
See you in the next video when we wrap up
A Perspective on First World Ideals.